all strata of society. Its delivery is accentuated through the various stock exchanges across the world. News about government economic activities, private sector business activities, laced with expert opinions, stakeholder analysis, and correspondent reports. And by the end of this show, you can be rest assured of being informed accurately of financial activities around the world. Now let's go for that short business break, and when we return, we reel out the details. Please stay tuned.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
No agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what they block.
I have fought a very family.
Occurrence, war, world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Jack us up and down like this now.
I hope nobody got it below.
Why you let's go?
Because this road where you no guarantee safety.
We just vote for men, but we not get good governance.
Road so in no day. Light to usa. The infrastructure don't come. The content to be forbidden for the
Corruption. Spoil everything. Hello.
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
madam. Remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
Now my phone be like that. Hello.
Are you there?
I hear. I hear. I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice.
You're welcome back, and now let's go into the market reports, local and international business news for today. The 210,000 barrel per day Port Harcourt refinery may finally The 210,000 barrel per day Port Harcourt refinery may finally commence operations by the end of July after several postponements. The new date was disclosed on Monday by the National Public Relations Officer, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Chief Ukadike Chinedu. He stated that the development would stimulate economic activities, reduce the price of petroleum products, and ensure adequate supply. Last year in December, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineken Lukbobiri, announced the mechanical completion and flare standoff of the biggest crude refinery in Port Harcourt. The refineries comprise two units, with the old plant having a refined capacity of 60,000 barrels per day, and the new plant has 150,000 barrels per day. The refinery shut down in March 2019 for the first phase of repairs and works after the government secured the service of a technical advice of Italy's Mayor Tekimon to handle the reviews of the refinery complex, with oil major ENI appointed as technical advisor. On March 15, 2024, it was reported that the group executive officer of NNPCL, Mele Kyari, stated that the Port Harcourt refinery will commence operations in about 2 weeks. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Yeson Wike, says that the Abuja Railway from the central area to Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja is ready for commercial use in fulfillment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The minister, who disclosed this while in a second visit to the station of the railway, said that the stations are built with good facilities and access roads.
We are ready, and you can see the facilities, the trains, they should be air conditioned. And then I also thought that some of the stations would have had an escalator or elevator, you know, to probably those who are very old and those who may not have the strength to walk or to climb the staircases. So apart from that, I think we're happy with the work that has been done, and we believe Nigerians will be happy, particularly the residents of the FCT. Like you said, like we always say, without the access roads to the various stations, then there's no need for the metro line. Because how would people from the various communities access the stations when there are no access roads? But thank God, we have seen the access roads, so you can just take your car, park in each of the stations you want, and then board the train, go to wherever you want to go, and come back and still take your vehicle and go back to wherever you live. So we're happy, very, very happy. I would thank God the promise Mr. President made has been kept.
Wike also said that the cost of renovating and building of the railway stations was 5 billion naira.
The same contract sum that did a dollar component and the naira components. I don't know where you got the sum of 5 billion naira. Two, I never said that operational cost was not. I said before we came that the federal government approved, the then former administration approved $128 million for the training of our people, for CC to train them for 29 months. And that we said no, that's very exorbitant. And we renegotiated. We have saved for the government not less than 53 million US dollars. I do know for the rehabilitation of this, as was awarded, it was not less than 15 million US dollars. Naira component, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the document here with me, so that when I quote it, quote me rightly. If I'm not mistaken, it was not less than 10 billion naira. All those have been paid. What we are doing now is additional works that were now added. So maybe if you are talking about additional works, is what you mean by 5 billion naira. Maybe you may be right, but not that the rehabilitation cost as per 1 billion, 5 billion, no. So just get that.
And on to other stories. The federal government on Monday urged the United Arab Emirates to invest in the renewal and reconstruction of the more than 50-year-old oil pipelines in Nigeria, stressing that the facilities had outlived their lifespans. potential investors from the UAE to come and invest here and recover their money through those investments. The minister told his guests that the investment models will be very attractive. And on to stories from the National Assembly. Stakeholders over the House of Representatives have blamed the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission on its inability to protect the rights of Nigerians against the rising hike in the price of cement. The House, through a joint committee on solid minerals, industry, commerce and special duties, expressed their displeasure in Abuja when the agency appeared before it during an investigative hearing on the arbitrary increase in the price of cement by manufacturers of cement in Nigeria. Honorable Jonathan Gaza said that the increase in price of cement has a direct bearing with the increase in building collapses experienced in most parts of the country.
Lowering the standards of our infrastructure. All will agree with us that that is one of the key culprits of building collapse. So I am trying to connect the hike of price in cement with the standardization of our building and with the direct connection of building collapse. Clearly there's a direct connection with that. And I think this is something we must interrogate. These following items, 4 of them, are the quagmire of the cement manufacturers. And I want us to also take cognizance of them. The epileptic and no electric power supply amidst the high cost of diesel and the high operational costs are one key issue that the cement manufacturers are facing. And unless and until they have a solution to this, then this subject we are discussing may be a mirage.
Earlier, the Director of Surveillance and Investigations, Bolade Adeyinka, and the Chairman of Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Engineer Sadiq Abubakar, said that the increase in price of cement is not as a result of dollar increase, but on epileptic power supply, high cost of diesel, and operational costs.
We do not have any export quantities at all.
We don't have records of exportation of limestone. We don't.
Okay. Fantastic. So everything produced is consumed in-house?
Yes. The cement manufacturers of Nigeria have to import to augment what they source locally. What we even have locally is not enough. So they have to even import more to augment what they have, what they can source locally.
The question is, do you have geologists, professional geologists in your employ?
We have geologists. They might not be working as geologists in the Customs Service because we have what we call general duty officers and professionals. But we have officers that are, we call them, we have a customs lab where they check chemicals and all that. And at these export processing terminals, we have other agencies like NAFDAC who have the technical know-how to know these raw materials. We have SON, we have NDLEA, and the rest of them. So these agencies, in conjunction with Nigerian Customs Service officers, conduct examinations at these export terminals before these containers are exported.
Also speaking, the head of Building Research, Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, Jubril Sule, said that the institute had produced postulants as an alternative to cement as a step to managing the high cost of the product. The Deputy Controller Tariff and Trade, Mrs. C.K. Nyagawan, at the Nigerian Customs Service informed that Nigeria Customs Service has no record of limestone exportation.
One, Nigerian Building and Road Research have gone to an extent that we produce what we call pozzolana. This pozzolana is what actually the neighbor produce. We produce it using clay. And this percentage, we have to use clay and palm kernel to produce a pozzolana. This pozzolana will help you, instead of using the cement 100%, it gives you a room where at least a certain percentage of the cement, because if the pozzolana we're talking about, we cannot use it ordinarily as a cement, but a certain percentage of that pozzolana with cement will give you actually what you want. And anything you are going to do as a structural engineer, it depends on actually what you want to do. Then we'll give you a percentage that, okay, well, if you are using a percentage of pozzolana, this is what you are going to use. It's a kind of a substitute to...
The high food import bill is a concern for Nigeria's economy. The country has a large agricultural sector, and there have been efforts to boost local production to reduce dependence on food imports. However, factors such as the inadequate infrastructure, insecurity, climate change have hindered progress in this sector. The federal government had also ruled out the importation of food as part of strategies to address the high cost of foodstuffs and economic hardship as stipulated by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And now we go for that short break, and when we return, we dive into the interview section. Please stay tuned.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human
on the point of order. Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what they blow.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask, oh?
Because this road where they see so, it no guarantee safe delivery.
We just dey vote for government, but we not get good governance.
At all.
Road so e no dey, light o usa, the infrastructure nko e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, well everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex, now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't cost.
We found the laptop you said is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello?
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. We call you back.
Their behavior not good.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently, make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country. This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't buga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the old things. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap him.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shout beer in our house, I could pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy now.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker? Why would they agree give us time? Money can't come now. You won't divert time. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country. This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Get ready! As Morrison Communications Limited proudly presents Children's Day Celebration 2024.
Arts. La Small Hotel and Resorts, number 9, Rumukala. This event is managed by Pace Expressions Arts.
Special guest appearance, Hilda Dokubo. Children's Day Celebration 2024. Get ready! As Morrison.
Glad to have you back on ATN Business on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the interview section, and don't forget we are on StarTimes channel 9194 and you can view us live on YouTube. Our guest today is DK Emmanuel. He's a financial analyst and an entrepreneur of note. Thank you very much for gracing our show, ATN Business.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much for coming. And now, let's head on to the first issue for discussion today. Employers of labor under the umbrella of the Association of Food, Beverages and Tobacco Employers have lamented the effects of the harsh economic conditions on businesses, noting that the business climate in the country is very unfavorable to operators. In the business of the association, Chinedum Okereke stated that businesses were still struggling with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic when it was hit by the harsh policies of the government under the current federal government. Explaining the effects of the policies, which he stated as the abrupt removal of subsidy on PMS, premium motor spirit or petrol, and the floating of the Nigerian currency, Okereke stressed that the policies resulted in significant foreign exchange losses for businesses, with some operators recording negative capital. And on to the issue for today. Mr. Emmanuel Dike, the association is craving, the Association of Food, Beverages and Tobacco Employers have lamented that the present economic conditions of the state, of the country, is hampering business. In fact, driving some businesses to even quote negative returns. How did we get there?
Well, once again, I want to say thank you for having me on your show.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure. The issue with talking about how we got there, you see, we didn't just get it overnight. You get, there has been series of poor policies, poor policy implementations. There have been series of union.
Yeah.
You know, so these are the things that affect the economic hardship of the business in the country, and we hope that in coming government that these issues will be addressed. But like I said, we didn't just get there overnight.
Exactly.
It's something that has been on for a long time, but hopefully this government should be able to address the issue in bits.
Okay, I know that I'm talking to you as a stakeholder in the business terrain in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You have hands-on information and experience managing businesses, both small and medium, and even big industries and businesses in Nigeria here. So I want to ask you a personal question. What do you think will make businesses prosper in Nigeria?
There's a lot, okay, but I'll just mention a few. Speaking from experience, and someone who also directly or indirectly affected.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
One of the things that will make business prosper in our country, Nigeria, talk about electricity.
Good.
Talk about electricity. I mean, do you know the running cost of fuel, diesel, even gas? Even the gas that we are even trying to, lean on, has gone up.
Yes.
You get. So cost of there has to be constant electricity. You get. And then electricity will also link to manufacturing.
Yeah.
For those who are into manufacturing.
Exactly.
You get. So has a role to play.
Yeah.
Then we talk about the dollar. Dollar right now is over 1,500.
Yes.
How do we get there? How do we get there? Once upon a time, the $10 was 150 naira.
Exactly.
And
yes.
even right now, you cannot even project your profits, your revenue, and all of that. You get. So electricity, dollar, government policies still has a role to play.
Yeah.
You get goods. Viable government policies has a role to play. You see, we find ourselves in a situation whereby this government comes in, government A comes in, and his policies are not consistent with the previous government. Just take, for instance, the CBN governor, with a lot of policies that are indirectly affecting small businesses. Talk about the ban on the money points and CUDA and OPay. You get. Even me as a person, I was supposed to open an account with all of this. Most of these are fintech, but they have currently suspended opportunity for one to open an account with this. So now we are now hoping till when they will lift the ban. So these are the things, and many more. Like I said, they are countless. You get many more.
Okay, now we are discussing man-made problems, but there was a very there was a pandemic that hit, of which everybody everywhere in the world felt the pandemic. How were you affected as a small and medium-scale business? How were you affected by COVID-19?
I was massively affected, greatly affected.
Tell us a bit. How did it affect smooth running of your business?
Well, of course, there was this social distancing, and you want to serve someone. Let's say, for instance, you want to serve someone a drink. You know, a person would be like, you know, there was this consciousness you get. So, particularly for my business, I could not even relate with my customers one-on-one. And then someone will say online platform, but there are some limitations.
Yes.
On that, especially in our country, Nigeria, you get, and then the use of public vehicles. You know, you have to pay more because now you're paying extra seats.
Yes.
You're paying for extra seats and all of
to
that.
observe social distancing.
Also observe social distancing, and then bank had, you know, so you can't even access your funds in bank like that.
Yeah.
You get, and of course the men who was not affected during lockdown. Who wasn't affected during lockdown? Who wasn't affected during lockdown? You know, but good thing that they gradually, you know, small businesses